Welcome to Raising Intelligent Kids and some lessons that I learned from kids and some lessons that I teach them. Recently, one of the kids in my class made a comment in some context, think outside the box. I was quite impressed. I said, what do you mean think outside the box? In his own mind, in his own language, he was saying, think something different, think something that you haven't thought before, etc. And that's how you get new knowledge. I said, thank you, my dear child. You are wonderful. Then it made me think also. And in the following class, I tried to explain a little bit more detail, the best I can. So I told them, this very strange box, what is inside the box that we want to think outside of? So I explained to them the following things. Number one, in the box, no matter how big, small or big, there are your knowledge, number one. What you know is inside the box. And you believe what you know is right. In other words, you are not putting in your box traces of ignorance or wrong knowledge. So whatever you know and you think it is right, that's inside the box. Whatever you believe is happening or is good to do, or that's what you should be doing. So your knowledge, your belief, your likes and dislikes, what you like and you want to, of course, pursue what you like, what makes you happy. So that is your channel of action, your rationale for action. I like, makes me happy, therefore I pursue it, I do it, I follow it. So those things. Also your memories, what you remember, maybe good memories, bad memories, but that's inside the box. Maybe you don't want to repeat those actions that you remember were a mistake, or maybe you want to do more of what you think was the right thing to do and made you happy. So these are the kinds of things of knowledge of your personality, your thinking, your mind, that is the box. That mind is kind of boxed in. With a bigger mind, more open mind, the box is bigger, of course. But strangely enough, this box is not visible. It is an invisible box. You cannot say that this is the shape of my box and I want to open it or get another box and make it bigger. These things is difficult to do because the box is invisible. You don't see it, it's there. Now, the question is how to get out of the box, how to think outside the box. There are some requirements. Number one, of course, you have to be open to new ideas, new learning, new knowledge, new experience, new discovery. All these things you have to be open to. Now, when you're opening up, of course, your box gets bigger and bigger. You have to sometimes ignore what I like and dislike. You include things maybe you disliked at a certain time and place, but maybe actually you like it. And what you like may actually be harmful, so you try to ignore it, so you change the shape of the box. Certain memories after a while you forget, so that's not in the box anymore. New memories are shaping that joint. So box is not fixed shape and size. It is flexible and invisible. But the most important thing is this. You can, of course, try to go from smaller box to bigger box, expand your mind. But my teaching to the kids are, just come out of the box. Not going from one box to a bigger box. Just break the box, throw the box away, and have a free mind. Free to learn, open to new ideas, new experiences, and grow intellectually. So, no box. Not from small to big box, but outside the box for good forever. But interestingly, there is another box. And that box, let's call black box. You are outside the box, but you are looking at a box where something is there you want to know, you want to find out. There is some information, some data, some secret, some mystery, some text, some material is there that you want to know. You are not in it. You want to find out what is in it. Let's call it black box. Just like in the airplanes, there is a black box. What the black box has, we don't know. Only the pilot knows and the engineer sits next to him knows. What are they talking about? What problems they are facing? What the weather is? How fast the plane is flying? What is the altitude? Is it nearing an airport? There is a weather condition outside, internal pressure, everything that is happening inside the plane and outside the plane and in the conversation in the cockpit is recorded there. We don't know. But in case of an emergency, in case of an accident, first thing we look for is the black box. So that is the black box is important. Other than the airplane, where do you find a black box? Black box may be you are facing a problem. You have a sense that there is a solution, but you don't have that knowledge, that information. But you know that that knowledge or information exists. So how do you approach this question? How and where to find the answer to the question that you're looking for, the answer you're looking for? Maybe that little black box could be a book that you don't know about, but has answers to the questions, has a lot of knowledge for you that you're not aware. Maybe a teacher who knows something you don't know and you can learn from a teacher. Or you can learn by observation. There's a black box of knowledge about how trees grow. You cannot find where the black box is, but you know that that information is there. How the trees grows is in the tree. The tree knows. Without thinking, the tree knows that it needs light, water, ground, soil, and the technology of converting light into energy for its own growth. So that is the tree's black box. How the solar system operates, do the planets move around or in an oblong, oval shape? And many other questions that you have in mind, the answer is there. You just have to find, ask, observe, question, discover, and learn. But the black box of the universe is also there. In other words, when something happens, you learn about it. When it rains, you know it's raining, heavy or light, shower, thunderstorm, lightning, all the things that happen in nature, in your body, in your mind. We keep discovering new knowledge about it. Okay? And hopefully becoming wiser. But interesting thing to think about is all the knowledge that you have or humanity has searched in the past and will do so in future, it already exists. Based on that knowledge, things happen. There are laws of nature, there are laws of physics, physiological constants, all these things, how curvature in space, how time, the faster you move in space, the slower you move in time. People living on the mountains, on the hills, time moves a bit slowly for them than people living near the coastal areas. So all this knowledge we are not creating. There is nothing new. It already exists. Based on that knowledge, that intelligence, that awareness, everything happens. So this is kind of a new thinking in the scientific field. They call it the emergent theory of science, of physics, which means events emerge from knowledge that pre-exists. Events don't produce knowledge, they are based on it. So that much for the invisible box and the black box and the black box of the whole universe, based on which it emerges. Thank you for listening.